Hi, I'm Margaret. Thanks for dropping by. These fondant puddings we're making today are beautifully chocolatey, with a gorgeous gooey orangey bit in the middle. They're a family favourite around here. The first job is to butter the ramekins. I found that the best way of doing it with this dish is to melt the butter and to roll it round the insides. Using a brush can often leave spaces, so when you put the cocoa powder on, you get gaps. Fondants have a tendency to stick, as they're quite delicate, so it's best to do everything possible to stop this from happening. Pop these in the fridge for a few minutes, just so the butter can set. Another thing I like to do to stop them sticking is to cut little circles of baking paper and pop them in. Sieving the cocoa powder gives it a nice even coat. It's a bit finicky, but it's well worth it in the end. The next thing to do is to melt the chocolate and the butter together in the microwave. Just a few seconds, shouldn't take long. I'm using dark 70% chocolate here, but you can use any kind you like really. Orange extract gives it that lovely orangey flavour. Don't need much, just a teaspoon. A little of this goes a long way. Now for this recipe, we don't add any additional raising agents. The flour's plain and there's no baking powder or baking soda. The only ingredient that helps it rise is the eggs. And we help this along by giving them a good whisk and introducing plenty of air into the mixture. They need to be light and fluffy before we add the rest of the ingredients. Now that we've got all that air in the mixture, we don't want to lose too much of it as we add the rest of the ingredients. So these need to be folded in carefully. Oven temperature and time in the oven are key in this recipe. When cooked, they need to be set, but only just set. Check at 12 minutes, but if they're not quite done, leave them in for 3 more. These can be served in the pots, but there's nothing like a little bit of drama when they're turned out onto the plate and all that lovely gooiness spills out. Let them cool a little, just so that you can handle them, but then they do need to be served straight away. Ooh, delicious. Can't wait. Hold on a minute. That's worth seeing again in slow motion. I do hope you've enjoyed the recipe today. I can't deny, I've really enjoyed this one. Do come back and visit. I'll catch you next week.